Welcome to Global Crossroads. For months, the headlines have been dominated by the conflict in Ukraine, the Middle East, and the simmering tensions in the Arctic. But in the vast expanse of the South China Sea, a new and potentially far more dangerous flashpoint is igniting, largely out of the global spotlight. This is a region where the geopolitical stakes are immense, trade routes are vital, and the risk of miscalculation is growing daily. The question is stark. Is the Philippines, a long-standing U.S. ally, becoming the next Ukraine, a proxy battleground in a great power struggle between Washington and Beijing? Chapter 1. A New Front. The recent clashes near the Second Thomas Shoal have brought this simmering conflict to a dangerous boil. Multiple incidents in late 2024 and early 2025 have seen Chinese Coast Guard vessels employing what has been termed water cannon diplomacy against Philippine supply boats attempting to resupply a small contingent of Marines stationed on the BRP Sierra Madre, a grounded warship that serves as a Philippine outpost. These actions have not only damaged Philippine vessels but also injured crew members, leading to strong condemnations from Manila. These are not isolated incidents. China claims nearly the entire South China Sea, including areas well within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone, citing its expansive and legally ambiguous 9-dash line. The Second Thomas Shoal is particularly contentious, as it sits within 200 nautical miles of the Philippine coast, a claim upheld by a 2016 international tribunal ruling that China rejects. For years, the Philippines adopted a somewhat restrained approach, but under President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., Manila has taken a markedly more assertive stance. This shift is driven by a determination to protect its sovereign rights and a realization that deference has not deterred China's expansion. Chapter 2. The U.S. Response. The United States has responded to China's escalating aggression by doubling down on its security commitments to the Philippines. This commitment is underpinned by the 1951 Mutual Defense Treaty, which obligates both nations to come to each other's aid in case of an armed attack. Recent statements from Washington have explicitly clarified that this treaty extends to attacks on Philippine armed forces, public vessels, or aircraft, including those in the South China Sea. A key development is the expansion of the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, or EDCA. Originally signed in 2014, EDCA allows the U.S. military to access and utilize designated sites within the Philippines for training, exercises, and humanitarian missions. In 2023 and 2024, the Philippines opened 4 new EDCA sites, bringing the total to 9. These new locations are strategically vital. Some are close to the Second Thomas Shoal and the disputed Spratly Islands, while others are positioned near Taiwan, significantly enhancing the U.S. military's ability to project power and respond to contingencies in the region. This increased presence is a clear signal to China that the U.S. is prepared to defend its ally and maintain stability in the Indo-Pacific. Chapter 3. The Role of Other Players. The escalating situation in the South China Sea is far from a bilateral issue. It is a broader regional and even global concern. Other nations are increasingly stepping up their involvement through joint military exercises and security cooperation with the Philippines. Australia, a key U.S. ally and Quad member, has conducted joint naval exercises with the Philippines, demonstrating shared concerns about maritime security and freedom of navigation. India, too, a rising naval power, has increased its engagement in the Indo-Pacific, including conducting port calls and naval drills with the Philippine Navy. These exercises are crucial for enhancing interoperability among allied forces and sending a collective message that China's assertive actions are not going unchallenged. The involvement of these additional players transforms the South China Sea from a localized flashpoint into a broader arena of multilateral security cooperation, reflecting a shared commitment to a rules-based international order. Conclusion. The Philippines' strategy of a full-court press with its allies, combining assertive rhetoric with expanded military cooperation, is a high-stakes gamble. It aims to deter China's gray zone tactics and uphold international law. However, this increased engagement also carries significant risks. The heightened military presence from both sides, coupled with aggressive maneuvers, raises the probability of accidental collisions, or miscalculations that could quickly escalate into a broader military confrontation. The South China Sea, with its vital shipping lanes and vast resources, is indeed becoming a crucial test case for the future of great power competition. Whether this strategy will successfully deter China or inadvertently lead to a larger conflict remains the most pressing question for regional stability and global peace. This is Global Crossroads. The future of the Indo-Pacific hangs in the balance. Subscribe to stay informed as these critical events unfold.